Imagine this. The days after you're gone will be some of the hardest days your loved ones will ever face. And amidst that heartbreak, they're going to have a mountain of loose ends they're going to have to manage, all on their own. But there's one simple thing that you can do right now to save them from that overwhelming burden. You're going to take all that you need for your loved ones and you're going to put it all in one box. But what exactly should go in the box? From passwords and personal mementos to letters, financial statements, as well as a Start Here guide, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to prepare it so that your family has what they need when it matters the most. Step number 1, collect all the information that your loved ones will need once you're gone. Step number 2, put it all in a box and store it somewhere secure. Finally, step number 3, tell your family exactly where to find it. Why do this? Because it will ultimately save your loved ones hours of time and digging through records, trying to sort out those loose ends and managing your affairs when you're gone. But wait, what exactly should we have in this box for our family? I'm going to break this down into 5 different categories of specific items you should have in this box. Step number 1, or category number 1, is personal stuff. One of the very best things you can do here is to have a Start Here guide that you provide to your family that gives them a quick rundown, a summary of everything they will find in this box. Think of this as a simple roadmap for your family to help them sort things out. Number 2, letters to your spouse, your children, maybe your parents. Get everything you want to say and put it on paper and have it in the box. Number 3, do you have specific mementos that you want to give to someone? If so, now is the time to include those in the box and specify who's going to receive them and why. And of course, you want to include a copy of your will or your trust documents along with your power of attorney documentation. Now, having your power of attorney documentation is extremely important here because even if you don't pass away, think about if you become disabled. What if you get in a car accident? What if you're in a coma? It's important that your family knows exactly what your wishes are in terms of your do not resuscitate requirements or your wishes, or just the power of attorney in order to take care of your financial affairs while you're incapacitated. Category number 2, life administration. Number 1, make sure you put your computer passwords in this box. And if you're like me, you can use a password manager master password. There's lots of good computer programs out there that actually help you manage all of your passwords. Give your family the master password to gain access to that, so that way they can easily manage your passwords and keep up with your expenses and all of your finances. Number 2, a copy of your passport and your birth certificate. Number 3, a copy or information related to your credit cards. Number 4, details of all of your insurance, whether it's personal or corporate owned. They need to know the insurance that you have, particularly if it would apply in your situation. Number 5, all of your medical information, particularly if you have specific concerns that doctors need to know about, or specific medications or prescriptions. This information needs to be in there. This is especially important if you are incapacitated. If you're in the hospital and you're not able to express what you want your wishes to be, very important that is in the box. Category number 3, business. If you run a business or maybe multiple businesses, it's very important that you create an organizational chart and contact information so that your family knows who to get in touch with. Number 2, you want recommendations provided to your family in this box that specify who you trust in your business and a priority of the list of affairs to be addressed. Then number 3, provide the list of trusted advisors that you know will take care of your affairs if you're either incapacitated or you pass away. People like your lawyer, people like your bookkeeper, your CPA, maybe your wealth advisor. They need to be informed about your situation and your family will know what to do if you provide that in the box. Category number 4, your assets. Make sure and put, if you're creating detailed financial statements, make sure and put those detailed financial statements within the box so that your family knows exactly what's going on and they know what to do. If you have a trust, put the details of any trust that you might own, whether it be something related to a property trust, maybe a revocable or irrevocable trust. Put that information there as well. You also want to have copies of titles related to maybe whether it's company vehicles, whether it's personal vehicles, whether it's a home. That information should be in there as well. Also, if you have a personal portfolio related to stocks, bonds, Whether it's anything that you have, even if it's credit card points, you name it, anything that you know that has value, that should be placed in there as well. And finally, your personal property valuations. Some people have art collections, some people have, watches or jewelry or things like that. If you've taken estimates for those in terms of their value for insurance purposes or otherwise, you need to make sure and include that within the box. And category number 5, your final to-do lists. On this to-do list, you should make sure and name and list the number of people, the specific people that need to be contacted, both personally as well as business contacts, about your situation. And finally, any instructions or any information not included in your will that you want to make sure is made aware to everyone, you need to make sure and put that within the box, because at the end of the day, what the actual courts would care about if it ended up in probate court or litigation, they want to know the intent of the person who passed away. What was their actual intent in terms of what would be done with their assets? And then finally, of course, you want to make sure and provide burial or funeral service requirements and what exactly you would like to happen for those services. Now, we just covered some very simple steps that you could take right now to help your family in the event you pass away or become incapacitated. But we all know that trusts can really help you with your estate planning. But did you know that if you set up a trust, there are some mistakes that you can make that could cost you millions? Check out this next video where I break down the trust mistakes that could cost you millions and how to protect yourself from it. See you over there.